Good evening, it's Friday the 22nd of May, I'm Dal Darmy, this is Yeah Alright News on Yeah Alright TV. Firstly, let's have a coronavirus update. 351 COVID-19 deaths registered in the last 24 hours. 363 yesterday, over 1,500 in the past 5 days. Officially, the total is 36,363. In reality, it's near 45,000. That's 45,000 died in just under 3 months. And government scientists have now revealed that the UK's crucial R rate is still near the point where an outbreak could spiral out of control. So here we are, up shit creek. Now let's see how England is staying safe compared to Wales. Is that a joke or what? Not on me. That's just fuck me. Right then, the coronavirus is still infecting 61,000 people per week in England, and they're saying it's a lot higher. Dozens of camper vans have been ordered to return home by police in Newquay in dawn raids because they all went down there, they all camped out, coppers left them alone, they waited till 4 o'clock in the morning, then cops woke them all up and goes, get out. No, I'm saying, dealt with them. Do right. And traffic wardens ran out of tickets in North Devon due to car parks being shut and people just parking anywhere they wanted. So they gave out ticket after ticket and then they ran out of tickets. You know what I mean? Because people just parking where they fucking want. Now we live in a dangerous path with this dickhead government in charge, basically, with what they're telling us to do and what not to do. Not on me. Now for today's headlines. The Premier League gears up to resume without crowds despite evidence that not having loyal supporters cheering you on can drastically impede performance. Yes, Boris. Richard Branson is hoping to send a rocket into space this weekend, which has come of a bit of a surprise to the 3,000 staff he couldn't afford to pay 2 fucking weeks ago. You know what I mean? We must get Britain back to work, demand MPs. On their last day before they disappear for a 2-week recess. Tossers. And after Donald Trump reveals he's been taking an untested drug to ward off coronavirus, the White House releases an exclusive picture of his medicine cabinet. Not a me. And there are urgent appeals in Westminster as a prominent MP disappears. Police urge anyone with information to kindly keep it to them fucking selves. You know what I mean? The government sets a threshold for skilled jobs at £25,600, despite evidence showing that the country's most unskilled workers are on precisely £81,932. That, folks, were today's headlines. Now, in other news, a plane carrying over 100 passengers has crashed into houses near Karachi Airport. Apparently, the pilot said, engine's gone dead, mayday, mayday, and they're still trying to work out how it happened. That's just not me. And after letting 3.9 million people into the country via our airports in the past 3 months, the government has finally decided to make travellers isolate for 14 days after entering the country. Unless, of course, you come from France or Ireland, then you can do what the fuck you want. Know what I mean? A study has found that the drug touted by Donald Trump has a COVID-19 treatment is linked to a greater risk of death. Know what I mean? Right then, now we go to our weekly Friday feature. Fuddu of the Week. This week's contenders are Donald Trump. We all know why he's a contender for Fuddu of the Week. You know what I mean? Boris Johnson. So Boris Johnson tells anyone who works in the NHS, if you're from abroad, you've got to pay to use the NHS, and if you die, your family ain't getting jack shit and they're going to kick you out of the country. You know what I mean? And then they U-turned on it. Sorry. And finally, Richard Branson, sending rockets into space, building this, building that, but then wants furlough payments off the government because he can't be asked to pay his people. You know what I mean? So this week's Fuddu of the Week goes to Boris Johnson. Sorry, Boris, you've tipped it from Trump. At least Trump's trying to push the economy back and stuff like that over there. Here you're just a mash up, mate. You turn around and say one thing, then you get dealt with in the parliament, then you have to track back on it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have been having these conversations with these people who work in the NHS from abroad, saving our lives, and yet they still got to pay for treatments. Anyway, Boris Johnson, Fuddu of the Week. Now let's go over to Leroy for today's sport. Leroy, it's over to you. Wagwan, this Leroy talking to ya. Leroy with today's spots. Oh, one sec, me pick me father coming, man. Me gone. Yo, Leroy, where you at, you pussy boy? Yo, Leroy, son, where you going? Yo, what go on here, where me man Leroy? You turn this bomber clock music off. What is? Leroy, you doing cocaine, Leroy? Get your ass down here, boy. This ain't cocaine, this is flower blood clot. Leroy, find out where you are, I'm gonna bust you up. What's this camera? Who you? What go on? What you want? Sorry about that, viewers. Not sure what happened there with Leroy, but we'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. I think that was his dad. Right then. Now, rumours are that coronavirus was created by women. I agree. Check this one out. Football is cancelled. All the pubs are shut. All odd jobs, painting, etc. all gets done around the house. You get flu-like symptoms, because man flu is heavy, you know what I'm saying, so we get scared. And just to take the piss, they name it after top quality beer. You know what I'm saying? Now, we go over to our first female member of Yarite TV. Here is Global Massey with today's weather. Sorry about that, folks. I don't think that was the video that we were supposed to be receiving from Calcutta. Right then, now for all the lads watching tomorrow, 10 PM, Jagajat is live, yeah? So none of this late night bloody waiting till it uploads and whatnot. Live at 10 o'clock. We're going to test it tonight at 10 o'clock just to make sure everyone's getting, you know what I mean, getting the picture right. So if you do log on tonight at 10 o'clock, you'll see me testing it. And I would be helpful if you did log on because I need to know whether it's working or not. You know what I'm saying? Right then, now for this week's shout-outs. Heskey in Alaska would like to shout out to Mo. Tim would like to shout out to Buck in Timbuktu. Dollar Boy gives a shout out to the Leamington Spa Tool Station crew, you know what I mean? And finally, Terry in China would like to shout out to Mr. Mahdi in Japan. I'm Dad Army, this is Yarite TV, and this is Yarite News. Have a good weekend. Yarite!